Uh, Before I want to go on, I first and foremost want to give you an insight of what has happened in Borno State before, which is very important. Then I should dwell into the current situation in Borno State, what have we achieved, and others. The insurgency has triggered acute humanitarian and post-displacement crisis with devastating social and economic impact on the population, further deepening fragility and poverty in the Northeast sub-region. The outcome of the Recovery and Peace-Building Assessment by the World Bank, EU, and UN revealed that a total sum of about $6.9 billion was lost as a result of the insurgency in the entire northeastern state. Out of this, Borno State accounts for over 2/3%. The insurgents have destroyed about 5,000 classrooms in Borno State. About 800 municipal buildings were destroyed, comprising of local government secretariat, prisons, traditional rulers' buildings, among others. They destroyed about 713 energy distribution lines. Furthermore, they destroyed about 1,600 water sources. In addition to this one, we harvested a total number of about 49,311 widows and about 49,917 orphans. These are official figures. The unofficial figures are more than this. Before then, out of the 27 local governments that we have in Borno State, at a time, about 22 of the local governments are under the control of the Boko Haram insurgents. In Borno State again, there was a time we had only one access road to Maiduguri, which is from Kano to Maiduguri. The road between Maiduguri to Damboa was closed. The road between Maiduguri to Goza was closed. The road between Maiduguri to Ngala was closed. The road between Maiduguri to Mongono, Damasak were all closed. We were left with only one major road. The magnitude of the destructions was so scary. Then, what is the status now in Borno State? Today, the gradual return of peace and a marked reduction of cases of insecurity in Borno State and major parts of the northeastern region have been attributed to the commitment and collaboration on the part of the state and federal government. I want to say something categorically here, that one of the major reasons why we have been succeeding in the Northeast, in particular in Borno State, is because of one major fundamental thing. There was never a time I requested to see Mr. President, and I was denied access. This is something very important. Never a time. In fact, sometime I do used to call Ambassador Kazaure on landing in Abuja whenever I had serious security situations in Borno State. Within the next 10-15 minutes, he will speak to Mr. President, and Mr. President will give me access to see him. And this has contributed a lot in ensuring gradual return of peace and stability to Borno State. Significant amount of resources has been injected into the implementation of the security strategies, financial, material, logistics, and motivational. The state government has shown a great commitment in the relocation of internally displaced persons, with permanent activities picking up in most parts of the state. It is worthy of note that with the recent mass surrendering of Boko Haram insurgents, normalcy is expected to return to most part of the northeastern region in no distant time. We have to understand the nexus between peace, security, and development. Once there is no peace, there is no security. And once there is no security, there is no development. The level of achievement that we had in Borno State would never be feasible without the enabling environment. For example, The number of houses that we built in Borno State from 2015 to date need not to be overemphasized, because I was the Commissioner for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Settlement. Under the supervision of my ministry, we rehabilitated nothing less than 20,000 houses in Borno State. More than, what is 20,000? Up to 50,000 houses in Borno State were rehabilitated. Again, the status now is that the major roads were now open. The roads between Maiduguri to Damasak was open. The road between Maiduguri to Mongono was open.